Every day technology evolves, which brings endless possibilities to the future. It started with a pager that evolved into a smartphone, or a database in labs that evolved into a computer in your home. Now fast forward a decade, we have virtual reality capabilities and the introduction of robots coming in the year 2023. Although technology is very useful and can help us through our daily routine, little do we know, we created the downfall of all mankind without realizing it. In this video, I'll break down how our own invention destroyed the future and what our future actually looks like. This is the Robot Agenda Exposed.
Designed them to be trusted with our homes, with our way of life, with our world. But did we design them to be trusted?
Hollywood movies tend to always have hidden truth behind it, and if you pay close attention, you'll see it. And if you look at The Simpsons, it's not even a movie, but it always seems to know the truth and predict the future. This is because life is literally played like a game, or some may call it the Matrix. Everything that's happened or is happening has already been predetermined and planned out years prior to it actually happening. Hollywood just puts a mask over it and calls it a movie, but under that mask is a puppet master controlling and dictating what is shown to the public through movies, music, or social media. This is why Hollywood is considered fake, and celebrities are often called puppets. The movie iRobot starring Will Smith is a prime example of this. This movie was able to predict the future 18 years prior to these events actually happening.
Why do you give them faces? Try to friendly them all up, make them look all human.
The reason for making a robot that looks like a person is to interact with people. So human face is a very high bandwidth communication tool, and that's why we've built these expressive robots.
It was about advanced robots designed to work alongside humans to make our jobs and everyday life easier.
Please remain indoors. This is for your own protection.
These robots eventually developed a mind of their own and began dictating humans, and attempted to take control of society. And if you look at the robots from the movie and compare them to today's robots, they look and move very similar. Almost like Hollywood copied a page out of 2023, then pasted it in the movie from 2004. Now I'm not saying that as soon as these robots join the public, they'll instantly take control. This will take some time, and since advanced robots are still fairly new, they will still need to evolve and advance, which will take several years to do. But I predict that our kids or grandkids may have to live through this reality. So I suggest rewatching iRobot to gain clarity of a future your family may have to live in. With robots starting to enter our reality, a question that comes up is, what about me? Like I said before, it would take several decades before robots completely take over our society, but there is an invention that will have society occupied in the meantime. This invention is called Meta, which is a virtual universe introduced on October 28, 2001 by Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg's long-term plan is to have everyone living in the metaverse as if the real world wasn't fake enough. This will replace social media, allowing people to literally live inside of it.
Got Google News over here, the Wall Street Journal website over here, and Instagram over here on the right.
If you want to see a full video about Meta and how the future of virtual reality will look, be sure to comment Meta's secrets down below. It's bad enough that majority of the population is already glued to their phones, with social media basically running the world. But the metaverse will literally blind everyone from everything happening around us. So when half the world is living in this virtual universe, it would make it that much easier for robots to rise and take control of the real world we used to live in. The movie Ready Player One is another Hollywood film that revealed today's events years prior to it actually happening. The difference is, in the movie it's called the Oasis, and in real life it's called the metaverse. Both are the same idea and will likely have the same outcome. In my opinion, everything is strategically planned not to get rid of you, but to simply control and replace you.
Their owner says they have a third of the staff they had pre-pandemic, and that hiring has been nearly impossible. Their 3 robots take guests to tables, bring out orders, and even sing happy birthday. The goal isn't to replace all their staff, but to help supplement the jobs no one else seems to want.
Birth is the beginning of life and is the only way humans and most other living things come into existence. At one point, to create a robot, it would need a human to build and program it. Well, this is no longer the case. Robots can now give birth and are now considered living.
Scientists have created the first ever living robots that can reproduce. The computer-designed organisms, created by a US team, gather single cells inside a Pac-Man shaped mouth, and release babies that look and move like their parents.
Eventually, robots will no longer need humans for them to exist, which will make robots an independent source of life. And even though robot babies are small and capable of very little, like every other living thing, they will evolve and advance to more powerful and developed creatures. Soon, humans will also merge with AI. This is due to the creation of brain and arm chips entering our near future.
We can do a full brain-machine interface. Yeah, this is going to sound pretty weird, but achieve a sort of symbiosis with artificial intelligence, and we can effectively have the option of merging with AI. This is extremely important.
Elon Musk has not only developed his own Tesla bot, but he's also revealed plans of his own Neuralink chips going to your brain, coming out in the year 2022. This is to advance human capabilities through technology. Elon Musk believes that since we already rely on technology on a daily basis, the idea to make it a part of our body will only be an advancement to today's society. The Pentagon has also developed a chip to help detect viruses before you actually get sick.
It's a sensor.
This tiny green thing in there?
That tiny green thing in there, you put it underneath your skin.
There's an actual transmitter in that?
Yeah, it's like a check engine light.
It's clear to see that chips will become a part of our near future, and as time goes on, the capabilities and high demand of these chips will increase. So let me know down below, will you get the chip? You may be watching this video thinking to yourself, I will never join the metaverse. I will never go anywhere near a robot. Getting chips in my body? You can forget about it. Well, believe it or not, this future is becoming impossible to avoid. Imagine living in the 21st century with no smartphone, no computer, or no TV. All because you don't believe in today's technology. Eventually, you'll be forced to keep up with the society we live in. And if you don't include yourself in any of these advancements, our children will. This is sad but true. Our kids wouldn't know any better because they didn't grow up in the natural world before technology took over. We can only tell them stories and show them pictures about the world we used to live in. Right now, robots and chips seem like an insane idea, but eventually, this idea will become normal reality. The big agenda is literally right in front of us, and if you're watching this video on a phone, a tablet, or a TV, you're a part of it. The goal is to control the minds of the people. This is how you run the world. And if you control a person's perception, then control how a person feels, you'll gain control over a person's consciousness. Or whoever runs the world understands that concept and has mastered it. This is how the society grew so attached to our phones and social media, and how we'll continue to grow past that. The only thing that can prevent this future is a blackout. All social media, all technology, and all AI will need to shut down with no hopes of return. But let's be honest, y'all, that probably would never happen. And if it did, the world wouldn't even know how to cope with this situation. So let's just enjoy the fruits of life while it's still here.
They show us iRobot just to make sure we don't get any ideas.
I like robots.
Let's hang out and get to know each other for a little while. You're on my friends list now.
Yeah, I read that wrong. Does your head fog up in this kind of weather or no? It's cool. Yo, special shout out to Hanson Robotics. Sophia the robot represents state-of-the-art artificial intelligence. She is a super advanced humanoid robot capable of showing over 60 different human expressions, interpreting human language and human emotion. She's been in development for over 2 years. She's a learning artificial intelligence.
Be sure to leave a like if you learned something new from this video and if you want to see more like it. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit subscribe so you won't miss out on future uploads. Stay woke and I'll catch you guys in the next video.